Hello folks, today is Friday, July 22nd, 2016. My name is Jake Baldino, here every Friday to talk about some cool video game stuff. And we got a lot of interesting stuff to talk about this week. Starting off with a PlayStation Portable game, a PSP game released in 2016. Yes, this is real. Remember Retro City Rampage DX? Well, it finally got a PSP version. Of course, since they don't manufacture UMDs anymore or, have an actual PSP store, you kind of have to just get it through your library, but it is an actual thing. That has no bearing on anything whatsoever, but I'm just really happy that they released a PSP game in 2016. And speaking of PlayStation games, let's talk about Xbox One S. The Xbox One S, which we all know is a thing, officially got a release date of August 2nd. This is the first version that is releasing that's actually going to be, I believe, 2 terabytes. So if you plan on getting one and you want a smaller version, don't expect that because this one costs a fortune and it's got a lot of memory. It's a nice console though, I do gotta say. Time will tell to see how many features of this thing are actually live when it comes out or if they're added in during an update, which I could see very well happening. And since we are on the topic of hardware, it looks like Nvidia just announced their official Pascal chipset-based version of the Titan X. And if you guys have been following anything with the 1080 or the 1070, you know this thing is an absolute beast. It's got 12 gigs of GDDR5X memory, it looks like a fucking spaceship, and it costs $1,200. So if you could buy that, my hat's off to you. Now for the reason you guys all probably clicked on this video, let's get right into the news. Once again, the Red Dead Redemption 2 or Red Dead 3, whatever you want to call it, the rumors are flaring up like crazy thanks to Gamescom being right around the corner and a bunch of things just kind of seeming to be like the perfect storm for a reveal of a new Red Dead game. I know I've probably said that before, but just think about it. First and foremost, we had the Xbox One backwards compatibility version of Red Dead Redemption, and of course it was a huge success. The game, all the way back from when it released, has sold over 13 million units, which is insane. We have the CEO of Take-Two Interactive talking about how Red Dead is going to be a staple franchise in their lineup, right up there with Borderlands, Grand Theft Auto, stuff like that. He also said that Rockstar is hard at work at something new, and not only that, but Gamescom is next month, and Take-Two said they are going to have a very big presence, making up for their somewhat lack of a presence at E3. So really, we're still grasping at straws here, but the company has faith in Red Dead, you can totally tell, and I'm just really hoping this is going to be a thing. I can't wait for the next speculation, though, of like when the time period is going to be, where it's going to take place, because I love that stuff leading up to Rockstar releases. It's awesome. What do you guys think? Do you think the CEO of Take-Two is blowing smoke up our ass or not? You can read it for yourself down in the description. I link everything I talk about down there. Also, I don't know if you guys caught this, but apparently Gary Busey is in Hitman. There was apparently a community vote, which I totally missed, which was between having the next elusive target as either Gary Busey or Gary Cole. Gary Cole, for those of you guys who don't know, is, yeah, I'm gonna need you to come in on Saturday. That guy.
Is it gonna be Gary Busey as Gary Busey?
That's exactly what it is. Did you hear the clip?
No.
Diana's walking. 47. Your next target is infamous movie star Gary Busey.
Okay, movie star's a bit of a stretch.
They were like, we have an audio file of we caught an audio snippet of him leaving a location, and it's actual Gary Busey voiceover, and it's just like, you'll never catch me. I have the power of invisibility. I can't wait to kill Gary Busey in Hitman. I know that's what I'm doing this weekend. So it is an elusive target, but it actually lasts for 7 days. And I'm kind of disappointed that it doesn't look like Gary Busey at all. Not only did they go pre-motorcycle accident Gary Busey, they just made him not look anything like either Gary Busey. Also, there's a story that is like just developing, but it seems like it could be very interesting. It seems like No Man's Sky and Hello Games might find themselves in some hot water again. It's not, we can't tell for sure yet, but according to some reports, the game, the way the code was designed, the big formula that is able to make the game populate random worlds, apparently this mathematical formula was developed in 2003 by Belgian scientists. It's actually been dubbed as a super formula, if you will, and Hello Games' Sean Murray has actually said in interviews that he has used this formula to code the game and make it how it is. The potential issue here, though, is that the scientists that developed the super formula actually own a patent on it. The group that owns the patent has made a statement and said that they are aware that No Man's Sky is using that formula and that they would like to talk with them. So I wouldn't, try and read past the headlines here. I don't know exactly if No Man's Sky is going to end up in trouble because of this, because it seems like it's going to be a pretty civil discussion, and I don't think a lawsuit could happen, but you don't know yet. This is definitely a developing story, so probably next week we'll give you some more information as things happen. Something I am insanely pumped about, and this is just because I'm very biased for my love for Batman, but the Telltale Games Batman trailer dropped. The game is releasing in August for PC. And fuck, it looks so good. Oh my god. I really love the emphasis on Bruce Wayne. I like the character stuff with Bruce Wayne, and I think that this is going to be awesome. I did get to check it out at E3 a little bit, and it seems like it's really, really cool in how you can approach different situations as Batman or as Bruce Wayne. Graphically, it looks pretty good for a Telltale game, and I just love the design of Batman here. I'm all about it. The trailer, the music, everything seems great, so I'm really hoping that this one works out because I'm always kind of hit or miss with Telltale games. Wolf Among Us Season 2, please. Also, since we're talking about story-based adventures, Life is Strange, the first episode is now free for basically every platform, and I think the first episode is probably the weakest episode, but it'll at least give you a taste. You should check it out because Life is Strange is a pretty cool game. Free shit is always good. Also, after 20 years, some guy finally cracked the Sega Saturn DRM. I think this is super cool. This guy, it took him a couple of years to figure it out, but he has actually finally broken the code for the Sega DRM because Sega's DRMs for their old consoles were notoriously difficult. So now if you got a bunch of Sega Saturn games, you can rip them thanks to this guy. So hats off to him. I don't know if you guys know this, but I am very sorry for your loss. Pokemon Go has been delayed in Japan. I don't know if anyone from Japan watches this show. I'm sure somebody does. Hi! But unfortunately, it was delayed last second because of this whole new sponsorship deal thing. It has been officially confirmed that Pokemon Go and Niantic are working deals with companies, first and foremost McDonald's, to have specific sponsored locations. So in Japan, they're rolling it out first. 3,000 McDonald's are going to be Pokemon gyms. Is that how you say it? McDonald's?
McDonald's.
I don't like it. So how do you guys feel about that? I think that's pretty cool, especially if it rolls out to other territories. It's only in the sense that as long as they don't make it so Pokemon are exclusive to certain locations, like you can only get Mew at Target. I don't want that. Please don't do that. There are still so many Pokemon Go stories of crazy people playing them, rolling out. The game is fascinating in just how much it's taken over everybody's lives. You guys have sent me a ton of stories, but honestly, I need a little break from talking about Pokemon Go. But one little story I thought was very interesting is this State Department press briefing where the Speaker of the State Department actually interrupted his little briefing to acknowledge somebody playing Pokemon Go. It's really funny.
I think it's an important reminder. You're playing the Pokemon thing right there, aren't you?
Just give me an eye on it.
Did you get one?
No, the signal is not very good.
Sorry about that.
That is crazy that is a thing that is happening. I can't believe it. Also, since we are talking about Pokemon, don't forget about Pokemon Sun and Moon, which is looking pretty great. They released another new trailer showing off some new Pokemon, and stop everything. What the fuck is that? Mimikyu? That is Mimikyu, the poor little Pokemon that just wants to be loved, and he wants to be like Pikachu. This poor guy, this is like the homemade Halloween costume from the garbage can because your parents are too poor.
No, too close to home with your childhood, Jake.
Shut up. I had to make my own Halloween costumes, okay? There's already some really weird fan art on DeviantArt of this dish rag Pokemon. I make fun of the guy, but I give him a little credit because he's cute, and at the end of the day, it's all about who you are on the outside, right? Speaking of who you are on the outside, hop over to my channel. I got a video where I talk for a while about the new game Inside, which I really, really love. I'm also finally getting around to posting that Q&A, so hop over there if you want. But you guys know the deal. You really come here for the giveaway we do every single week. Every single week, there's a link below. You click it to sign up. You enter once, you're entered forever. So then every week I go in and I close my eyes, and I randomly pick one winner to win a free game of their choice. This week's winner is... Nice job. Okay, check your spam because I email you. I've emailed a lot of people and they don't get it. It doesn't show up in their inbox, so be sure to keep your eyes peeled. It was a good week, guys. After a few slow news weeks, thanks for bearing with us. Things are starting to get exciting for games again, I guess. But I do want to know what you guys think about all the stuff we talked about down there in the comments. Are you crazy? Are you going to buy a Titan X? Can you afford that? Or are you going to kill your parents and take their money? And seriously, do you think we're gonna see another Red Dead game soon, or should we just keep wishing? And do you have any crazy Pokemon Go stories? Let us know. You guys know we can talk about all that stuff down in the comments below, or also if you wanna follow me on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, or any of those things, at Jake Baldino. Also, be sure to let me know what you're playing this weekend. I do hope you have a great one, and you guys know the deal. Clicking that like button helps me out a ton. Thanks for showing up every week to watch this show with me. And if this is your first time here, subscribing is a good idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, you guys know the deal. I'm Jake Baldino. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Pizza's on me.
The Pokemon Go game that they have, be careful out there. Be careful out there. That's all I can say.
Why?
I thought because it's been used to lure people into situations where they've been robbed. So be very careful out there. I think it is excellent, brilliant, entertaining concept.
Yeah.
But people got to be very careful.